We understand now that if we follow the same austerity policy and if we remain in the Eurozone, there's no solution for the debt crisis of the countries of the European periphery, but also to other countries. So, in our opinion, and that's something that we were saying for the last 2 or 3 years, is that we should default. We should not accept this debt, that it was created by financial institutions against the will of the people. People are not obliged to repay a debt that was not created for them, but it was created for some foreign banks. After defaulting, I believe that we should exit the Eurozone, because it was exactly this mechanism of the Eurozone that created the deficit and the debt to the European periphery. Of course, if we follow these 2 steps, there would be huge problems to the banking system, especially in Greece, but also in other countries like Italy, for example. So the 3rd step would be to nationalize the banks. I understand that this might sound radical or extreme socialism or whatever they want to call it, but it's exactly what big economies, Western capitalist economies, are doing in periods of crisis. And we can give many examples of that. Look what happened in Iceland, or look what happened in Argentina. They both managed to overcome the problems of their economy because they disregard what the IMF and foreign governments were saying. Especially in Argentina, where they had created a kind of a small Eurozone, because as you remember, they have pegged the currency, the Argentinian peso, with the US dollar. They had created the same problems that we are facing now in Europe. So they stopped this, they defaulted, and they put control in capital flow. And if Argentina sounds radical, it's almost identical with the case of Iceland, something that happened in Europe. So we have the examples, we know that default always helps the population, and we know that if you are living in a monetary union that is a disaster, if it's a straitjacket, as Stiglitz was saying, you should leave immediately.